Where do you get canning supplies? There's lots of choices. Hi there, my name is Sharon Peterson and welcome to simplycanning.com, where you can get home food preservation canning classes, tutorials, and advice, and I will help you fill your pantry. So I'm going to talk today about gathering canning supplies. We're going to start off with used because honestly, I'm pretty thrifty and I do a lot of thrift store shopping and yard sailing and auctions and things like that. So that's a great place to buy canning supplies. However, there are some things you want to keep in mind. So let's talk about the jars first. If you are buying used jars, make sure you check the top rim of every single jar because you don't want to get chipped and broken jars, obviously. And that rim right there it's the most common place that they're going to be chipped and broken. And sometimes if you just glance at it, you don't notice it. If you run your finger around it, you're going to feel it. So check the rims, make sure that they're not chipped or broken. The jars may be dirty, that's okay. Glass cleans pretty well, but you kind of have to look at it and make sure that it's just dirt. It's not, scratched and chipped to where it's going to weaken the jar. Another thing to check on is make sure they're actual canning jars. You don't want to pay for old mayonnaise and old pickle jars. You want canning jars if you're going to buy them. So, and then the other thing is watch your price. You would be surprised, especially at secondhand stores. Sometimes they price these more than what, if you're buying them individually, they might be more than what you would buy a box at the store. It's amazing. I think what they do is they think of crafters. Somebody who needs a jar or two for some kind of a craft, they may be willing to pay $1 a jar just because they need one jar. But if you're paying $1 a jar, you might as well go buy a whole box of new jars. If you're buying a whole box full, that's usually the best bet. But watch your prices, know what jars are selling for in your area. Go to a local store and look and just see what a box of new jars is because it's different in different locations. So watch your prices, make sure those rims are not broken, and just the jars are generally in good condition. If you are looking at a used canner, like a pressure canner, make sure the weights are there. Make sure if it's a Presto canner that it has the rubber seal, but also know, depending on the price, you can also just go buy those parts. So if they have a canner there and the rubber seal is missing, but they only want $2 for the canner, well, heck, buy the canner and go buy yourself a new rubber seal. If you get a used canner, always bring it in and have that gauge checked, and just have it checked and make sure that it's going to be good for actual use. Sometimes the older ones, they might be warped, they might be, there could be a variety of things wrong. Just make sure it's something that you can actually use. I have heard of people who have gotten really good deals on old canners because old canners will last a long time, but make sure that it is in working condition. Now, another idea is, and I'm looking at my list here, I often shop at my local Ace Hardware. Now, hardware stores are different. They're owned individually, but they're all Ace. So some of them will have a really nice home section, I guess that's what you call it, and mine actually has a really nice canning section. So they've got all the supplies that I would need. So that's a really good place to look at. And of course, Amazon. I mean, you can find just about anything anybody could ever want on Amazon. So look there. I like to buy canning lids in bulk, if possible, because I do a lot of canning. Now, this is only good if you do a lot of canning. But FillmoreContainer.com is a great website to go to buy lids in bulk. They have lids that come in big sleeves and they're unbranded, and so they can sell them at a discount. And I've used them and they work really, really well. I also went into my local Ace Hardware one time, and the person who was managing the house section happened to be placing an order for lids. And so I asked her, hey, could you order me a case? And what kind of a deal could you give me? And she gave me a great deal just because I happened to be in there at the right time. So that's going to depend on your store and your local person. But Ace Hardware, secondhand is really, really cool. But secondhand takes time. So if you don't have the time to go shopping and looking, then you might want to go look at your Ace Hardware. Amazon is great, and there's lots of other places that you can buy supplies. But those are my preferences. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, this is Sharon with simplycanning.com. You guys have a great day.